Change, they say, is the only permanent thing in the world. And the same can be seen in old buildings, cities, railway lines, or even amusement parks across the world. And some of these completely run-down and abandoned places across the world have a ghostly and eerie touch attached to them. Beneath all this dust and rust, there are unheard stories associated with these abandoned places across the world. Watch on to know more about these abandoned places, and give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Number 15. Plutonian at Hierapolis, or Pluto's Gate, Turkey. Located in the ancient city of Hierapolis, Turkey, it was once a site dedicated to the Roman god of death, Pluto. The ancient historian Strabo visited the place and said that any animal that passes inside meets instant death. I threw in sparrows and they immediately breathed their last and fell. After its discovery in 1965, Pluto's Gate's dangers were proven to be more than just a myth. Scientists measured the CO2 concentration and discovered that while during the day the sun dissipates the gas, at night when the temperature drops and CO2 becomes heavier than air, it pools at the bottom, forming a deadly lake. At dawn, the CO2 concentration 40 centimeters above the area's floor reaches 35%, which is enough to kill animals and even people within minutes. Luckily, the concentration drops significantly with height, so standing by the gates would only pose a threat to smaller animals. Number 14. Poveglia Island, Italy. Poveglia is an island known as one of the most mysterious and creepy places in the world. It all started during the Roman Empire when the island was used to home victims of the plague. Later, during the medieval era, when the plague returned, the island once again became a home to thousands of deadly sick people. A terrible amount of people were dumped into the ground, buried in the same graves, and even burned. People say that the land became so affected by the burned and rotten human corpses. Its soil is now 50% composed of human ash. Then, back in 1922, they opened a mental hospital there. It is safe to say that it did not positively affect the patients, since the island already had a truly creepy vibe to it. Now, you can still find washed-up human bones on the island's shore due to the horrific amount of humans killed there. With many people saying this place is haunted, no wonder this island is illegal to visit, and we're not sure anyone would want to go there. Number 13. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. 1986 is the year of the tragic nuclear accident now known as the Chernobyl disaster. Due to high radiation levels, every local was ordered to immediately leave the premises, and the territory quickly became abandoned. Now you can still find abandoned shoes, toys, and other possessions left behind because of the rapid evacuation. Even though there are excursions that allow you to check some parts of the town, there is a 19-mile zone, also known as Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, or the Zone. This territory is strictly forbidden for any access, as it will result in radioactive contamination. Number 12. Ilha da Queimada Grande, Snake Island, Atlantic Ocean. Ilha da Queimada Grande Island is located off the coast of Brazil in the Atlantic Ocean. It is the only home to the now critically endangered venomous golden lancehead pit viper. The island is closed to the public in order to protect the snake population as well as protect the visitors, as by some estimates there is one snake for every square meter of the island. Number 11. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. A trip to an island off the coast of Mexico sounds great, but not if it's packed with dead-looking dolls. Isla de las Muñezas, as it's called in Spanish, is south of Mexico City, in the Xochimilco channels, and while the surrounding area is well populated, the island is largely deserted, save for hundreds of dolls hanging in the trees. Many are unclothed with eyes that move, and they're said to be possessed by the spirit of a drowned girl who met her fate near the island. Legend has it that the former island caretaker began hanging the dolls after he found the drowned girl and was haunted by her spirit. Number 10. Mansfield Reformatory, Ohio. All you need to know is that scenes from The Shawshank Redemption were filmed in the former prison in Mansfield, Ohio. Legend says that it's haunted, a convincing notion as plenty of inmates died during their sentences, and they just might still be roaming the halls here. It's no longer in operation, it closed in 1990, but you can go on a guided or self-guided tour between Thursdays and Sundays throughout the year, if you dare. For a deeper thrill, book a public ghost hunt or escape from Blood Prison, a haunted house meets escape room. Number 9. Nagoro, Japan. Small-town Japan is quaint, but this eerie village in the Iya Valley has just 30 residents and over 400 large dolls. Local resident Tsukimi Ayano creates them in memory of the deceased, and they bear a striking resemblance to the deceased human counterparts. wearing their clothes and all, which adds to the creepy factor as they silently stare at you from all angles as you move about the town. They are not clustered in one spot, rather, they are perched fishing on the riverbanks, sitting at desks in the local school or waiting for the bus. Number 8. La Recoleta Cemetery, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Some cemeteries are beautiful, like Père Lachaise in Paris or Hollywood Forever Cemetery in LA. But the Buenos Aires resting place is seriously haunted. Even the city's tourism website endorses the neo-Gothic cemetery status. Stroll among the 6,400 statues, coffins, mausoleums, and gravestones, and you might hear keys jangling. That is probably the late gravedigger David Aleno, who reportedly committed suicide after 3 decades on the job, and the day the statue of himself that he commissioned was complete. Number 7. Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, West Virginia. Used as a residence for the mentally ill as far back as the mid-1800s, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is open from March through November for tours, truly capitalizing on Halloween's energy. The hospital earned National Historic Landmark status in 1990, but closed down in 1994, and rumored ghosts have haunted the premises ever since. Number 6. Sedlik Ossuary, Kutná Hora, Czech Republic. Heard of the Church of Bones? This is it. Around 50,000 human skeletons lie in this monastery, which has been deemed holy land and was once a popular burial site. But the bones aren't in one huge, messy heap. They are piece by piece artfully woven into the chandeliers, candelabras, candle holders, and more. Similar to the Buddhist prayer flags, bones are also strung above. The design dates back to 1870 when a local man was hired to take bones stored in a crypt and turn them into art. Number 5. Viejo Ronconen, Finland. Normally sculptures are inspiring and not scary, but Viejo Ronconen is not your run-of-the-mill sculpture park. Named for the artist who creates the 550 concrete sculptures within. All human figures in a forested setting, it can appear overwhelming as if you are being watched or maybe even judged. Some sculptures even sport human teeth. Described as a reclusive artist, Ronconen died in 2010, but the forest attracts thousands of visitors each year. Number 4. The Hill of Crosses, Lithuania. One cross is not scary. Hundreds, however, can frighten. Crosses began appearing atop a hill in this northern Lithuanian town following the 1831 uprising, which earned it the name of the Hill of Crosses. Between crosses, crucifixes, rosaries, and carvings, there are now more than 100,000 littering the hill, despite the country's Soviet Union occupation between 1944 and 1990, and organized removals by the government. The crosses have never completely gone away. Number 3. Akodesua Fetish Market, Togo. Located in the capital city of Lome, the Akodesua is the world's largest voodoo market. And not for the faint of heart. Imagine strolling the stalls and coming face to face with a human skull or an animal head. Beninese folks, Benin is said to be the birthplace of the voodoo religion, not New Orleans or Haiti, who run the market, and believe that in order to heal or rid yourself of a curse, talismans can hook you up with the right medicine. Number 2. The Catacombs, Paris. One of the best known mysterious and scary places from all around the world is the Catacombs of Paris. What was first built as a tunnel network to consolidate Paris's stone mines became storage for 6 million dead bodies at the end of the 18th century. Even though a very small part of these tunnels is open to the public, where you can see thousands of bones and skulls stacked together, 99% of the 170-mile-long maze is forbidden to enter because getting lost there is almost a guarantee. Yet that does not stop people and mysterious secret society members from finding their way into these places and making trouble for the special catacomb police force, the Cataflix. Number 1. Aston Hall, West Midlands. This red brick manor house has racked up quite a few ghosts since it was completed in the 1630s. The very first tenant, Sir Thomas Holt, allegedly murdered his cook, and the ghost of his daughter, whom he locked away for 16 years until her death, is also said to wander the halls alongside Holt's houseboy, and a green lady thought to be his housekeeper. Keep your eyes peeled for ghostly royalist soldiers too. There's a hole in Aston Hall's staircase made by a cannonball when the house was under siege during the English Civil War. That's it for now. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you next time.